Good morning, students. Conrad Hilton has said, success seems to be connected with action. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. Dear students, we should not be disheartened if we are not getting successful, because nothing is impossible. Even the word itself says, I am possible. Welcome to today's class of English. Today, we will go through the chapter that is more sentences. We'll have the second part of the lesson today. We have learned in our previous class that a sentence has three more kinds, that is simple, compound and complex sentences. We have learned that the simple sentences have one independent clause and a subject and a predicate. The compound sentences have two or more independent clauses which are joined using coordinating conjunctions such as for, nor, and, but, or, yet and so. And complex sentences have an independent clause and one or more than one subordinate clauses, and they are joined with subordinating conjunctions such as after, as, because, if, although, though, before, since, till, when, while, that, than, who, which, etc. So dear students, in our last class only, I have explained you the chapter very well, and I have also made you understand that how would you identify a simple sentence, a compound sentence and a complex sentence. And we have also seen through certain exercises that what is the correct way to transform a sentence from one to another. We have learned that what is the easiest way to know that how to transform a simple sentence to compound sentence, a compound sentence to complex, a compound to simple, complex to compound, complex to simple. Today we will go with the other leftover exercises of our book, that is Grammar Right. Today we will go through the exercises, that is the column Let's Perfect It. Exercise A of this Let's Perfect It, we have to do what? That is identify the sentences as simple, compound and complex sentence. Since you know the rules and regulations and the features of simple, compound and complex sentences, you must know how to identify the sentences. See the first sentence, tell me about the most prominent person of this locality. You have the clue that you have to underline the finite verbs also here. I think you can do it yourself. So I have only mentioned the kind of the sentences here. Or maybe afterwards, when I'll send you the PDF, I'll make the finite verbs underlined there. So in the first sentence, as you can see that none of the conjunctions are used here, and you have a simple sentence here where you have a subject and a predicate. So here tell me means you tell me. You will be the subject over here, so it will be the simple sentence. See the second one, I clear the table and I serve the sweets. And is the coordinating conjunction, and there are two main clauses are there. That is I clear the table and I serve the sweets, and both the sentences are joined with the coordinating conjunction, that is and. So it will be a compound sentence. If you could see question number 4, since you are unhappy with the result, you can work on it again. We have also learnt that in the complex sentences, the sentences are connected or joined with two different sentences are joined with the subordinating conjunction, and as you can see that since is the subordinating conjunction, so it will be a complex sentence. Then the fourth one, again, though it was raining heavily, I reached the office on time. Again, though is a subordinating conjunction, so it will be again a complex sentence. So when you will see the PDF, when you'll go through the PDF and you'll see the answers, I would again tell you that first you try your own and then only you'll tally. Then kindly go through the rules, because the last in our previous class also I have told you how to know, how to identify, how to transform these sentences from one to another. So you will go through the rules and you'll see that whether the sentences are joined with the coordinating conjunction or subordinating conjunctions. If the sentences are joined with coordinating conjunctions, it will be a compound sentence, and if the sentences are joined with subordinating, it will be the complex sentence. Exercise B, C and D. Here these three exercises also have solved for you, and I'll be sending you. I would expect that you should also write the answers of these sentences, these exercises in your copy, because again I'm telling that space is lesser. If you write here, it will be messy. It won't help you to understand the answers in a better way. So write neatly in your copy, but first you try your own and then only you will tally your answers with the PDF's answers. Here in exercise B, you have to join the sentences and you have to form compound sentences. Now you have to use your brain and you have to know that which coordinating conjunction you will use here to join both the sentences, which will be suitable over here. And there are some areas where you have to change the sentence a little bit, but don't change the tenses and the meaning of the sentence. Just you have to see that after joining the sentences with a appropriate coordinating conjunction, the sentence should be meaningful and the sentence must be there in the same tense and the same meaning. The doers and the meaning and the tense, all these things will not change. Number only you have to join the sentence and make it one. Two sentences should be one after joining them with a coordinating conjunction, because it is asked here to form the compound sentences. Then exercise C. Here join the sentences to form complex sentences. Here again you have to do the same thing as you are asked to do in B, but only here you have to form the complex sentences and you will join the sentences with subordinating conjunctions. We have discussed here which all are subordinating conjunctions, and if you want to know them in a better way, go back to the chapter where we have already gone through conjunctions. That is on page number 84. That is 11th chapter. There you can go through coordinating and subordinating conjunctions, and you will be knowing there that which all conjunctions you will use here to join both the sentences to form a complex sentence. But again, you remember that it should be meaningful. It should not disturb the meaning of the sentence. And the tenses as well as number, and the words also should not be changed. So try it a little bit. You have to try your own also to know the meaning, that what should be used here to get a better sentence. I'm not going one by one each question because I have already solved this for you. Here, transform these sentences as directed. This exercise can be a bit difficult for you, but I have sent the answers in your live classes. You can ask your teacher in which class sections I don't teach. You can ask your English teacher if you have any doubts, or if you want to ask me, you may send me a message through your WhatsApp group or through the message box of Campus Care. I'll be always there to help you because this chapter may be difficult for you, because simple compound, sometimes complex sentences are a bit complicated. You are always feel free to ask me anytime. You can call me also if you have any doubts, because this chapter, after completing the course, this chapter we will do again, because after this we have voice, active and passive voice. That is not a new chapter for you, so we will do it once again. Here you can see that you have to follow the instructions given in the bracket, and you have to change the sentences as per the instructions. Only you have to take care of that which kind of conjunctions you should use for forming a compound sentence and complex sentences. So I'm going to send you all the solved exercises PDF, and I think this video will help you to know the chapter well. Once again, we'll go through this chapter after completing our course. One more thing I would like to talk to you today. In our last, previously I've sent you a video on phrases and clauses, and there I've sent you the solve exercises that you can see on page number 110 that I had sent you yesterday again after making a few corrections. That was the defining and non-defining clauses. When I was explaining you about the defining and non-defining clauses, I have told you that in the non-defining relative clauses, we used to mention extra information about the person or thing. Like as you can see on page number 108 on the top, Mr. Joseph, who works with me, got me a gift. Here we are giving additional information about Mr. Joseph, that the person is working with me in the office. He has given me a gift. So when we talk about additional information which are added with who, which, that, like that, then it will be non-defining, and there will be also 2 commas after the person or thing, and then after the additional information also. So that can be a hint for you to understand whether it is a defining relative clause or non-defining relative clause. So you will see that 2 commas will be there, and the additional information is with the help of who, which, that. As you can see, exercise D, here my brother who lives in Delhi came to visit me. The second one, my brother who lives in Sydney came to see me last month. In both the areas it is almost the same, but you see in the first one comma is not given, and the second one commas are there. So that could be a help for you to understand the exercise in a better way. So commas are mandatory in the case of non-defining relative clauses. So here the correction has been done. The third and fourth one, since who or which is not given and the commas are also not given, so the pot full of water fell from his hand, the man in the blue trouser helped me. These both will be defining relative clauses or defining clauses, not the non-defining clauses. I hope that things are clear to you, dear students. This defining relative clauses, the defining and non-defining clauses, as well as more sentences that are simple, compound and complex sentences. As I promised you that after the completion of the course, we will do this exercise once again, this one and phrases and clauses. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself. Bye.